So It is the 25th day of the Omer. We are beginning the third parak of Sheviit in our Mishnah Yomi. In the second parak, we started talking about certain things that can be done on Sheviit itself during the seventh year because they are rabbinically prohibited and there might be a loss. Now in the third parak, the first Mishnah, from when can we take out zevel to the dung heap? So they were using excrement for fertilizer, and you wanted to remove it from the barn or the pen where your animals were and put it out onto the field, mostly to get it away from yourself, but technically you're going to be using this Motzei Sheviit. So we're talking about a behavior during the year of Sheviit itself again, and the Mishnah rules, Misha Yiftzeku Ovdei Avoda, from when the workers of work cease. Now, this could be understood to mean the non-Jews in the area who are putting dung on their fields as actual fertilizer. Now, you don't want to fertilize your field on Sheviit. That's rabbinically prohibited. But you do want to remove the dung from your pens and your barns and stack it on the field for storage. But if you do that while everyone else, the non-Jews, are working their fields, then it looks like you're taking out the fertilizer in order to fertilize during Sheviit itself, and that doesn't look right. It's Divrei Rabbi Meir. There's another understanding brought in the Bartanura that he has, instead of Ovdei Avoda, he has Ovrei Aveira. So it's the Dalet and the Reish are very close, and the Yud is very close to the Vav. So he actually has Ovrei Aveira. He has Jews that are working the field illegally. If another Jew who's trying to observe Sheviit takes out his fertilizer, well, they're still taking out fertilizer to the fields for the purpose of fertilizing, not just to stack it for storage. That doesn't look right. He's going to look like he's one of the people breaking Sheviit. Bartner also brings at the end that, it could be Ovdei Avoda, it could be non-Jewish field owners as well. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Misha Yivesh Hamatay. Rabbi Yehuda says, when the sweet dries out, and this is a euphemism, the sweet aroma of the fertilizer. We have in modern parlance in English, the truck that comes and drains the outhouse is called a honeysucker. So maybe they read this Mishnah. Rabbi Yossi Omer Mishi Kosher, from when the dung knots together. So it doesn't have to be completely dried out, it's partially dried out and sticking together. That's when you can take it out, because that's not used for fertilizer anymore once it's dry or starting to dry. They would apparently use wet dung. Makes better fertilizer than dried out or knotted together dried dung. Mishnah Beis, Ad Kama Mizablin, how much can you stack the manure? Ad Shalosh Ashbatot, up until 3 each heaps or piles of refuse. The Beit Seah shall Beit Seah, to a Beit Seah, and there shall Eser Mashpelos shall Letech. And each of these 3 dung heaps is 10 containers each, and each of these containers can be a lesech, which is 15 seah. So altogether, you would have 10 times 15 times 3, so you could have 450 seah of dung heaped into 3 large piles containing 10 containers each. So when we see these numbers repeated, it's like each one has this number of containers. Mosifin olam mashpelos. You could actually add more containers if there was more dung there available that needed to be stacked up in the field, and mosifin ashpato. But do not have more than 3 dung heaps, because then it looks like there's, someone's making a lot of little heaps. Well, that's a little bit like fertilizing. He's got dung all over his Beit Seah, all over his field, but 3 big heaps doesn't look like you're actually fertilizing right now during Sheviit, which is rabbinically prohibited. Rabbi Shimon Omer, Afal Ashpato. Rabbi Shimon would allow even adding to the number of dung heaps, because he says, look, they're still in the containers, they're all piled high, no one sees you spreading out the dung, so it's not a problem. Shkoyach Rabosai.